start, we're going to ask Blake. Blake, have a scripture reading.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Blake, you make us feel so proud of you. Beautiful reading, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Beautiful reading. Thank you, Blake.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Rizalina, as Nava Gasangarin was born on December 30, 1953, to Elvia and Proceso Nava. She passed away on January 12 of this year in San Vincent Hospital, surrounded by family. She grew up in Iloilo, Philippines, and raised 3 kids, single mom. She then moved to her life to, then she met the love of her life, Armando, and raised 3 more kids. Great lady. Wow. So, through the years, she worked tirelessly to help and support her family. She was a strong woman, known to be as a disciplinarian. The kids in their town fear and adore her at the same time. She was the go-to person. People are drawn to her. People look up to her. S was not just a dreamer or visionary. She was gusty and doer, strong-willed and above all woman in faith. She immigrated to the state along with her husband with the request of her son and daughter-in-law, Ike and Bambi. She is survived by her loving husband, Armando, her siblings and their respective spouses, Winifreda and Herman, Eufemia and Jolie, Narciso and Panfila, sister-in-law, Carmelita, Rochela and Abelardo. She will be deeply missed by her kids and in-laws, March and Imelda, Seth, Robert, Marisa and Nano, Mylene and Art, and all her grandkids, Ken, Blake, Angel, Wella, Niana. You guys have beautiful names. How can you pronounce? Marianne, John Lloyd, Sean, Breen, Paul, Joseph, Pie, as well as her nephews and nieces, Janet, Janine, and Julius. Big family. I know that the Philippines were conquered by the Españoles, right?
Yes.
My country also was conquered by the same guys. So we got connection with them. And it's an honor for me. But when Bambi asked me if I can officiate in this memorial, I feel honored to do that. Very honorable. I'm going to share with you what I learned in my short time when I met S. And I think that what you wrote, Bambi, is right on from my point of view. Mrs. S didn't have any opportunity to have a higher education, but she was a wise lady. Her testimony reveals that she was a woman with great values. And I'm sure when you have great values, it's not easy to be soft. You gotta do what you gotta do in order to put the values for you. And it's amazing. She was a great person with integrity. That's what this is me sharing with you what I saw. She was a great person with integrity and respect. A person who appreciated human dignity and individuality. She was an excellent steward and teacher. Now I want you to remember, to be a teacher is not necessarily that you have a diploma to be a teacher. You can be a teacher and a bad teacher with a diploma. You can be a good teacher without a diploma. And she was a great teacher. Through her life experience, she learned to give tough love. That was Bambi told me.
I cannot see her.
Tough love. With a compassionate heart, her family, friends, and community discovered that S was gifted to teach, lead, and provide good counsel to those who need it. People from her community will come to her with their children for advices and correction. Remember that in my country as well, my culture. Yeah. She was an excellent wife, mother, mother-in-law, grandmother, and friend. She was a good leader, not only in her family, but also in her community. She was that kind of person, or that kind of leader that competition was not in her agenda. Reminds me, as I was listening to the family, it reminds me Jesus Christ. He never competed to take the lead. Never. But when people needed him, he was there for them. And as I was listening to Bambi, and also I told him, wow, she was a teacher and a good leader, because she never competed to be the first one, to be number one. And yet she was needed. She will let you lead if you wanted to, but if you didn't do the job well, she will let you know what and how you should believe, what you should be leading. Ed was that kind of leader that if you wanted things to be done and done well, you should ask her. All right? We could say that she wore many hats: mother, wife, sister, teacher, counsel, facilitator, mother-in-law, caregiver, babysitting, community leader, friend, judge, and punisher. Right?
Yes.
But she also was a woman of faith. It's amazing. S was a woman of faith in God. When I was introduced to S at the ICU here at the hospital, I came over close to her and hold her hand, and I asked her, S, is God important to you? She grabbed my hand, and she was in pain, a big time pain, surrounded with many doctors and nurses. But she held my hand and looked into me, and a little smile, she said, yes, indeed. Now, my friends, this is something very interesting, because if you happen to be in that position, it's not easy for you or for people to be with a smile, and at the same time with a pain, big pain. But S had that capacity to control herself and to even be able to help you with questions and answers. Now, S when she was in ICU, doctors and nurses, they decided to transfer her to Portland because we didn't have what she needed. When the family realized that she was going to be transferred to Portland, well, they said, we need to go and get ready. And they left. And that was good. But then later, the doctor realized that there was no bed in the house in Portland to find for us. So we need to wait a couple hours. That's what they said. So I went back to us, bedside, and was trying to bring encouragement and hope and faith. And I came back and say, I want you to know that you are not alone. She grabbed my hand again, looked at me in my eyes, and smiled, and she said, Chaplain, I know. God is with me. A woman of faith. A woman that literally would challenge anybody in anything, even including believing in God and faith. Now, after a few days, I learned something else from family. I learned that her favorite Bible verse is this one. For me, to live is Christ, and to die is gain. To me, to live is Christ. To serve our community, to serve my family. That's what she was saying. Because being a Christian means we are servers. And that's what she was. Great, great server to her family and community. Now I learned also that the family loved and enjoyed Psalms 23. And Blake read that beautiful song. I'm going to give you some beautiful blessings that we have, actually about 17 or 18 blessings that is in this Psalms 23. And I believe with all my heart that as was able to lead those blessings in her life. Now, the Psalm 23 starts, the Lord is my shepherd. You know what that means? That means relationship. If you have cows, sheep, and you build that relationship between your pets and you. And God say, I am your shepherd. So that what it means is, let's build that relationship. And then the psalmist says, I shall not be in want. That means, my friend, that God will supply everything you and I need. And as knew that. She was full aware that God was supplying, that she has good relationship. But Psalm continues saying, He made me lay down in green pastures. You know what that is? That means rest. God wants you to rest. He lead me beside quiet waters. That is refreshment. Literally, many times, many days, we need to be refreshed. And also the psalm say, He restored my soul. That means that God is the only one who can bring healing to you and to me when we are broken. He guides me in the path of righteousness. That means that God is the one who guides and provides. For His name's sake. That means that God has a purpose for you and for me. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, that is testing. Yes, we Christians, we die, my friends. We are in the same boat. Believers and unbelievers. And yet, but when you are a firm believer in God, you know, and that's why Esther was so at peace to herself. She knew her diagnosis. She knew what was going on. You and I know when something's going on, but she was able to control herself and think, yes, God is with me. Even though I walk to the valley of shadow of death, I'll fear not evil, because you are with me. And we know that, and she knew that. This is what it says. I will fear not evil, because that is protection. For you are with me. That is faithfulness, my friend. It's something that you and I need to remember in time like this, is that God is with you regardless of what's going on. God is faithful, very faithful. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me, and that is discipline. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. That is hope. God is the only one who brings you hope. You anoint my head with oil, and that is consecration. My cup overflows. That is abundant. Surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life. And that is a blessing. And then he says, I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. My friends, that is security, and that is also eternity. God himself has promised, angel, that he will be your shepherd. He will be your friend. He will be your counselor. He will provide what you need. And as knew about that. That's what she was able to say, for me, to live as Christ and to die is gain. Friends, sorrow, suffering, sadness, pain, death, loss, and grief have no part in God's plan. That is the reason for God's plan. He knew that we were going to go through all of this. And that's why he provides for you and for me. Death is not sent to us as a teacher, but when it comes, there are lessons to be learned, life to be changed, and heart to be touched. Jesus himself said, I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live, even after dying. Everyone who lives in me and believes in me will never, ever die. As knew that. Death doesn't have the last word, my friend. It's God who has the last word. And when he comes, he will resurrect all of those who believe in him. Friends, family, Ez was always there for you. Always. She was your rock to stand on. She held your hand when you were afraid. She stood behind you when you needed support. She was your friend, your confidant. She was mom. She was there for you when you were winning, and she was there for you when you were losing. That's what mom does. You see, it didn't matter. What mattered the most for her, it was you. It was you. So in the times, my friend and family, to come, you will feel challenged. But the people say that times heal any wound. I want you to remember that when you get together, talk about her, how wonderful and wise that lady was. How much she helped the family, her family, and her community. How many people are now different because of her advice. So don't ever forget about her. Keep her alive in your mind and heart. Now we're going to watch a video, a slideshow that Ken prepared for us. when I and Bobby came to my office, they shared with me also that S went to Australia. That was the kangaroos. And Singapore, twice. Great lady. We have now reading the message.
So I'll try not to, there are a lot of people who posted messages on her Facebook wall. I thought I'd like to share it with you, the type of person Rizalina was. So this is from Divine Carrera. I don't know this person, but I was laughing while I was picturing the type of person I was. We would all take our afternoon siesta or naps, even if we don't like to, simply because we hear from our parents that you're coming to pinch our thighs. If we won't take that mandatory afternoon nap. That was my most vivid memory of you when I was a child. You are the epitome of a great mother and a disciplinarian. We definitely feared you when we were younger, but we also totally loved you once we understood that all the sermons and the nagging was all for our own good. Every kid I grew up with who has experienced your ways can attest to that. We felt your loss even if we are miles apart. You will be remembered, Tita S. We love you. This one is from Janet Gasangarin. Rest in peace, Tita S. You have been an awesome second mother to us all. For all that was safe, here comes the pinch again. And the kara, or chastise, and advices that you gave us, it made us a better person we are now. I can't imagine that a few weeks ago you replied to my birthday wishes. She just turned 63 in December 30th. Only to think that was the last message I would receive from you. Thank you for being a part of our lives, and wherever you are right now, Tita, we know that you are very happy. Tita, it is a blessing to have you. We love you, Tita. This one is from Shira. Lola S., thank you for everything. You're always and forever will be remembered. Rest in peace. We love you. This one is from Gasangarin, one of her grandkid. Rest in peace, Lola S. I know you are in good hands. Thank you for all the help you gave to us. Toto Fourth is already there waiting for you. I'll always remember all the words you said to me. You will always be in my mind. It is hard to accept that you're gone, but I'm thankful that you'll be there to take care of your little grandson. We lost the grandson about 2 months ago. So. This one is from Amethyst. If there is one thing that I want to tell you for the last time, that is thank you. Thank you, Lola S., for the pinches that we got from you when we were kids. If we're not going to take the mandatory nap, I don't know what the mandatory nap and pinches. And if we are unruly, now I understand that it's our own good and I'm willing to trade anything just so I can have that afternoon nap again. As years go by, you may be miles away from us, but you never fail to show your support and love for us. And I thank you for that. And most importantly, thank you for the little lessons, the life lessons that you taught us. Rest assured that we will instill that in our hearts and minds. I will miss all our conversations in your home every time you come home for a vacation. Our squad will work hard to reach our American dream if God will allow us. Guide each and every one of us. And this one is from DJ. Tita, you've been good to us. I know you're already in good hands. I'm very grateful and happy that your help was put to good use and not wasted. To S, thank you for everything that you've helped my family with, especially with me. May you rest in peace. Everybody loves you. Your fierce look and your killer pinch, we will truly miss them. From Agnes, I can't believe it, and it happened so fast. I know that it is God's plan. As we can't see you anymore, but your memories remains in everyone's heart, especially to the younger generation in Bumol. You're a tough woman, disciplinarian, advisor during my teenage life and become a part of my life. And now that you are in God's presence, where tears and heartaches felt no more. As thank you for everything, we will be missing you. From Marisa, Marisa is one of her daughters. Life is ironic as it seems, yet full of surprises. We just have to let go and let God over our lives. Looking back, a year ago, January 15, 2016, I went home for a vacation. I almost didn't make it, but you persisted that I have to, and I did. Coming home was a fulfillment for me because I see you and I'm happy. You two picked me up in the airport. I could still recall the excitement and the big smile on your face, the love in your eyes, and the warmth of your embrace. That was a happy and joyous day. For us not knowing that it would be the last, I will never see you again, never touch you and hug you. Now January 15 again, my turn, not to pick you up from the airport, but to gladly rejoice and surrender your life to Him. It would break my heart that I would be happy because at this moment, you are rejoicing and singing with His angels in heaven. Tita S, I can't thank you enough, but still I'm grateful for everything you've done to us, for the love and the care, and for all the support. I will forever treasure you in my heart. Till then, Tita, I love you. And this one is from my mom. It doesn't surprise anyone to see a grandma in any household, but it does amaze one to find not only one, but two grannies. Both my mom and my mother-in-law lived in one house. Think about that. Not to mention that the other two grandmas staying under one roof. On top of that, so two sets of grandparents. Our grandchildren are so lucky to have us in their life. Thank you for the beautiful, healthy relationship we have had. Through the years, we learned to deal with each other's strengths and shortcomings. You always told me that I was good at cooking, but I always admired you for the ways you keep the house clean and how good you were at taking care of the little ones. I admire you for who you are and for what you are. You are so humble and just like to play the backseat role. After the day's work, we usually fill the air with so much fun and laughter, but there were times that you brought me to tears when you shared your life's ups and downs. I never grow tired listening to it, and it gave me so much lessons in life. Nevertheless, at each story told, you were always grateful to God for the blessings received beyond measure. Thank you for cooking for the family in my absence. Never thought you got a talent on it. Thank you, too, for preparing my dad's lunches. It was well appreciated, and thank you again for doing a great job. I know you love the flowers. In our recent video call, I could see the happiness in your eyes when you showed me the orchids from last Mother's Day gift already in bloom. I know you love flowers, and I know where I'll find you among the butterflies in the summer. And flowers are in bloom. I am missing one. So I thought it was easy for me to make. I always make fun with my family. I always tell my aunt, I'll make your geology. Make sure you can review it. I tell my mom, you're an English teacher. I'll make sure I make it ahead of time. So I won't murder any of the grammar, which you're very particular. And we just laugh about it. I thought it would be easy for me to make, but boy, I had trouble writing verse. Not because I don't know what to say, but there's so many things I'd like to say and I can't put it to words in between songs. So I'm gonna try. Rizalina, Gasangarin, called S by many, but simply Nanay to us. My first encounter with Nanay was very scary. She was upset. Actually, she was furious because I didn't introduce me to him first. Apparently, I bypassed her house. I went to somebody else's house first. So that was my very first impression that she was a tough one. But from day one, I vowed I will win her over. It didn't take long. Out of her fierceness comes her gentle spirit. She will fight for you. She will cry with you. She will protect you. But she will also tell you if you mess up. One way is she won't talk to you. The second time around, I made sure I'm in the good side. Nanay was never a monster-in-law. I never have problems with my mother-in-law. She's always supportive of how I raise my kids. Doesn't judge me. Doesn't tell me how to run my household. In fact, she would just, I tell her what I want my house to look like. At the end of the day, she surpassed that. And right now, I'm really a mess. My staffing at home is really. I saw how she would interact with people. The kids feared her, but love her at the same time. Neighbors hang out all the time. Every time I go to the Philippines, I can't wonder, like, why are there so many people in the house? Every single day, somebody's helping with the cooking, everything. They just go there. They love to hang out in her house. She was the type of person. She was the go-to person. She was like a healthcare volunteer in their town. She was like the community pharmacy in town, which stank because instead of having your patients to pay for meds, she would give it. So even though she didn't have the financial capability to help people, but she found ways to make it happen. At times she would even provide her jewelry and have it pawned and just ask for a verbal promissory to get it back. She was that type of person. Her struggles through life and her determination to go above are remarkable. Those who have really known her from the very, from her start and how she raised her 3 kids ahead before she met Tatay here, you would see how tough she was. She was a dreamer. She was a visionary. Even though she didn't finish college, she knew, like, this is not what I envisioned for my kids. This is how I see my kids. And those who listened to her made it. She was a quick learner. Nothing phases her. I mean, I'm amazed. This woman who hadn't entered college navigated to most complicated airports. First time flights, international flight, because I told her, you need to bring Ken with you because I can't pick up Ken, and, because of time issues. And she did it, no qualms, no worry. Met with English speakers. It was just, she said, guts. That's all she has was guts, and she has nothing to fear. She didn't, not once did I see her cry or got scared, except when it comes to her kids. When she was fighting for her life, the day before we put her on comfort care, we had about 2 or 3 hours that she was off medication, so her mind was clear. Even though it was really snowing, trees on the Highway 6, running at 25 miles per hour, we made it. But we were so blessed. We had that 2 hours. 2 hours, but instead of 2 hours that she was begging, no, she was praising God, all throughout. She prayed with us, prayed, and said, I love you and everything, praising God all throughout. She was not scared. Nanay, you will be greatly missed by everyone, and we love you.
Thank you, Bambi. For sharing. Is there anybody else who would like to share a little bit?
I just want to say thank you.
Yes.
I just want to say thank you to everybody that came here today. today for sharing their thoughts and show their love to Nanay. And I would like Tita Jennifer and Tito Arnold in Singapore who offered their prayer when Nanay was in her last words, and we really appreciate all those support and thoughts for Nanay, and really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Is there anybody else who would like to share anything? If not, it's okay. Don't feel pressured to share. If not, we're gonna listen to a musical selection. But Laura, There is no doubt that as was and is a blessing, and she will continue to lead in the minds of those who remember her. Let's bow our head. Dear Heavenly Father, we are very grateful for past life, for the days, weeks, months, and year that you gave her, for how you used her, for how you showed her, oh God, that we can do anything through Christ. Thank you. Oh Lord, may you bless her family, her friends. May you, God, give them the comfort, the strength as they walk the journey of grief. May you, oh God, pursue each one of them with your goodness and give them, oh Lord, the confidence of knowing that us will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
This does conclude the services here at the funeral home, but just to let you know that everybody's welcome out to Bambi's house, and the address is right at the bottom of the memorial card here. And rather than excusing you row by row, just feel free just to informally excuse yourself. So if you want to stay and visit, you get a chance to do so. Again, this does conclude the services, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.